process from mine to market is actually very difficult to know, and for most cutters it's totally anonymous. You may go to De Beers if you're a site holder, one of the 100 and some odd site holders that they have, and once every 5 weeks they have what's called a site, when you go and you accept a large box of diamonds and you pay for it, and then you go forth and you cut and you be happy. But De Beers doesn't tell you necessarily where they are, where they came from, or anything else. So it's kind of an anonymous, I don't know where they came from, but we know they've been in accordance with the Kimberley Accords, which is how we, the industry, have tried for the last 20 years, 30 years, we've been working on getting so-called blood diamonds out of the stream of diamonds that are being brought to us. Now, some mines and some countries and some various conglomerates get the rough, and they have what are called tenders, which are smaller packages of diamonds, which they will go to a place like Antwerp, and they will offer a tender, and the bidders will come in and they will have X number of time to inspect a package and determine what their bid will be on those diamonds, and they write it on a piece of paper and they tender that to the seller, and on the given day and hour the seller will open up the bids, look at them, he will accept the top bid, and if you are within 20% of the top bid, they will tell you what the top bid was so that you know more about where you have to be in order to be competitive. If you weren't within the top 20% of the bidders, you won't even know how far off you were, because they won't bother to give you that information. Now, with these diamonds, it's quite often possible to know from which mine they came from. And this is how the company that I work with, Infinity Diamonds, this is how they get their diamonds. They go to tenders. This makes it possible for them to do something that I don't think there's another diamond company in the world doing yet. They take a picture of each piece of diamond rough, and it will be presented to you with the finished diamond as a birth certificate. Not too long ago I had two diamonds here. One was a carat 81, the other one was 46 points, I believe. One was the big stone, the big sister as it were, from the crystal, and the other was the toppy, or the small stone, from the same crystal. So I had a brother and sister diamond here. Unfortunately the brother sold really quick because it was small and inexpensive. So for a small company like Infinity that cuts 1,000 stones a year, they are what we call a boutique cutter. They can give you the history of each diamond. So if conflict diamonds are important to you, they can tell you quite often from exactly which mine it came from which company it came from, and they've been able to track it every step of the way. Most diamond vendors get big parcels of diamonds. They cut maybe 5, 7, 10,000 stones a month, and there's no way they can do that. And they buy the box from De Beers, and the box was put together by the sorters at De Beers because they knew this box went to that cutter, this box goes to that cutter. So there's an anonymity to where the stones are coming from, and we trust that De Beers is honoring the Kimberley process, which they do. And that's so we know that they have diamonds that have been properly vetted, but we do not know necessarily from which mine they came from or even from which country they came from. Now you also have diamonds coming from Canada, which are also a little easier to track because they come out of Canada, they're cut in Canada by law, and then they are delivered to the various vendors, and these will usually have the Canada mark on them. There's the Polar Bear diamonds and some of the other branded diamonds that come from Canada, where we're a little more certain that they're not involved with conflict, although it's not to say that all of the Eskimos are happy that people are digging their diamonds.